Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Northeast Living. I'm Mark Jennings, your host. Being in the Northeast, we're lucky to have so many wonderful places. That said, just off the coast, there is Block Island, and they're celebrating their 350th anniversary. So we thought we'd send over Elaine Irving to find out the best way to get there. And while she was there, she found some great activities. Take a look.
One of the benefits of living in the Northeast is you have island getaways right in your own backyard. I'm standing in front of the Block Island Express with Stan. Now Stan, it takes a little over an hour to get to Block Island?
That's right, on the Block Island Express, the Jessica W. high-speed ferry. In just over 1 hour, you're on Block Island, in Old Harbor, in the center of it all, within walking distance of great white sandy beaches, restaurants, downtown shops.
I'm looking forward to enjoying the sun on the ride, so let's go.
Anybody want to go through Domino's Pizza or anything?
I enjoyed the beautiful sun and the nice smooth ferry ride. Now it's time to explore the islands. So Jessica, tell me, when somebody comes off the ferry, what can they do?
If you want to get out and get about, you can rent a moped, you can rent a bike.
Which I like to do.
Yep. You can rent a car actually out here if you do want to get around and you need help. You can take a taxi tour also if you want to get out and see, you know, the bluffs and some of the sightseeing areas that are a little bit further off.
So pretty much everywhere you'd want to go in the island, you could get to it by foot.
Absolutely.
I saw the petting zoo over there. You can actually feed the animals.
Absolutely.
And they have kangaroos there?
They have kangaroos and lemurs and llamas and they have a zedong.
And camels.
I don't kiss on that first date, I'm sorry. Maybe on the second.
Oh, you
Yes.
Oh, that's good. There's many great restaurants on the island, but one of my favorites is Dead-Eye Dick's, an island institution. And under new management, the menu's even better. For those of you who love a raw bar, Dead-Eye Dick's has a wide variety, including the salt pond platter. So whether it's a trip for the day or a longer stay, Block Island is a great place to go. And the best way to get there is the Block Island Express.
When I first built my then garage in 1996, I was eager to make it look like it belonged. I wanted to somehow turn back time. So before you knew it, I was going to every tag sale, estate sale, flea market, anywhere I can go to find old things to give them new life. And I have a perfect example of one item. Here, I found beautiful antique shutters that are over 100 years old. These shutters are exactly the way I found them, and because I took them off someone's hands, they were more than willing to give them to me at a great price. I also have some other great ideas, so come with me. Even an old window can be repurposed and redesigned by adding a mirror. I put this at the back of the garden studio to reflect light and to flood this area. I also did it so it can complement and reflect the beautiful vision of the crabapple tree right behind. But I'm not done yet. I have other great ideas. Even a lonely old post can be repurposed and redesigned. I've added a beautiful old antique armillary on top, and I buried this post about 2 feet. I left it exactly the way I found it. The paint is chipping, it's cracked, it shows some great old wisdom and charm from a time that has gone by. But I have even more great ideas that I've incorporated at my tool shed. Take a look. Last but hardly least, my shed also benefited from my ideas of taking something old and creating something new. When I first had it commissioned, I didn't have in my budget for it to have windows. I soon learned, well, it needed some windows. So I became extremely resourceful, and I found 2 old French doors that I had cut down and had my carpenter install them as windows. Well, you'll be surprised that these windows look just as good as brand new windows, and they even open freely and lock. So here you go. Redesign, repurpose, and recreate. It's up to you to look at something old and find brand new meaning to create something new.
A truly spectacular world is waiting.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome aboard the Privateer 4 for this afternoon's whale watch.
As visitors board the Privateer 4,
Hi.
a high-speed whale watching vessel out of Cape Ann
Gloucester is famous for its fishing fleet.
on the north shore of Massachusetts.
Remember, this is a nature trip, and so we never really know what to expect.
Lighthouses, even a historic castle, dot the coast as the captain heads towards Jeffrey's Ledge.
And right now, there are 3 species of great whales, which are relatively common in our area.
Which is located in the northern section of Stellwagen Bank National Marine Sanctuary.
And Jeffrey's Ledge is a very productive, very rich feeding area for many species of wildlife all throughout the year, but especially during these warmer months.
After about an hour cruising through the calm waters on this extremely clear day, we see something on the horizon.
Well, folks, we're just slowing down because, as a couple of you might have noticed, we did just have a whale.
But don't you believe them?
A giant with flippers that appear to glow under the water's surface.
Here's our whale coming up right here, too.
This humpback is so close,
Steep arch to the back, and then you saw the tail fluke get lifted out of the water. And
we can actually hear air rushing through his blowhole.
That's just the way it is. Some things have never changed.
Humpbacks are definitely a favorite amongst whale watchers for sure. They tend to be less shy around boats and other species. Sometimes they even take an interest in the boats.
The humpback whale is highly migratory. Most of them spend the winters in the Caribbean, where they give birth to their young in the warm waters.
You reliably have a large number of endangered whales feeding every single day.
Each whale has unique white markings on the back of its tail.
perfect.
At 45 feet long, he is awesome.
You got him, right?
But pretty soon, the boat speeds up.
I spotted something way out at a distance at 11 o'clock that we're gonna go take a look at.
Naturalist Jay Frontero spies an extraordinary group of guests.
We have a pod of Atlantic white-sided dolphins.
The gorgeous creatures are everywhere.
It's so calm, it's like looking at them underneath a pane of glass.
At least 100 of them,
So this is a really, really special sighting.
playing in the boat's wake,
You guys up there getting some tremendous looks.
riding the waves, and wowing the crowd.
These dolphins are extremely fast and agile, and
Sleek, striped, they are stunning and extremely playful.
those leaping pictures of the dolphins leaping out of the water are just so hard to get.
But sometimes persistence pays off.
Wow, did you see that leap right up there at 12 o'clock?
Right out of the air like that, 6-8 feet. Yeah, that was amazing.
Almost reluctantly, we leave this frisky family behind, and before long meet another mighty humpback.
People who live in the Northeast in New England, we have the opportunity to do a half-day trip and see things that normally you'd have to travel a long distance to see.
Our tally for the day, 2 humpbacks, 1 minke, and that mesmerizing pod of dolphins.
It's a great day.
Sometimes an experience can leave you spellbound, yearning for even more time witnessing the mysterious deep.
We very much enjoy it. In fact, we're going to go out again tomorrow morning and the morning after.
Day tripping in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
It was awesome. It was fun.
Well, we're about to take a short break, but before we do, I have a great trivia question for you. Now, we're all familiar with the soda pop competitions, right? Coke and Pepsi. But do you know what came first? Well, I'll have the answer for you when we come back. Don't go away. Welcome back to Northeast Living. So, do you know which came first, Coke or Pepsi? Well, Coke is it. Coke was introduced in 1886, with Pepsi appearing shortly after in 1898. But I bet you didn't know, here in Connecticut, Sherman Averys of New Britain started making his own soda in 1904 in a red barn on Corbin Avenue. His family has been making these tasty drinks ever since. We sent over Elaine to find out so much more and to make a little soda of her own.
There's nothing like an ice-cold homemade soda on a hot day. Averys Beverages here in New Britain have been making homemade sodas for over 100 years. Mr. Sherman Averys started Averys Beverages in 1904. Back then, he was making soda for Coca-Cola and delivering bottles door to door by horse and carriage. That's pretty cool. In 1914, he bought his very first delivery truck. The company's changed hands a couple times. Mr. Averys actually sold it to one of his trusted employees, Mr. Bonney, who kept it in his family for a few generations. And then it was sold to Rob Metz, who just happens to be standing right next to me. Okay, so Rob, explain to me, I can see all the flavors that you have for this soda. What are your most popular flavors right now?
The most popular flavors are the birch beer and the cream. They are just our two top sellers. Now we've got some new things like orange cream and blue raspberry that are
Oh, see, the blue raspberry, that sounds excellent. So explain to me a little bit about this too. What do we have here?
These are our saucer siphons, and we fill these here, and these are, most of them are antiques, and we can't get these anymore.
Yeah, because if you look at this one, it's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Normally it would go in a glass though.
And we actually made a special Northeast Living Gourmet soda just for you.
Which brings me to, you do custom labeling.
Yes, we can do
birthdays
labels for
and stuff?
birthdays and anniversaries and weddings and all kinds of different events.
Now, what kind of soda is in here?
That is pink lemonade soda.
Great, because I love pink lemonade. And you're going to be showing us how to make these sodas, right?
You're going to help us make some of that.
Excellent. You're going to put me to work?
Absolutely.
Do I have to wear an apron?
If you like.
Okay, then.
So
Now-
the syrup goes in the tank and not on the floor.
And and then we mix in this. Now, what am I pouring in?
That is extract. That is our pink lemonade extract.
You use cane sugar, pure cane
Pure
sugar.
cane sugar, absolutely. Nothing but the best.
Oh, that was weird.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's see. Funny how
Okay, now they're short ones. You can start putting them in over there where there's
Okay.
empty hole. There you go. Oh, good catch.
Wow. Oh, I missed that one.
If we stop there.
Okay.
That's it. See the syrup there and the carbonated water aren't mixed.
Right.
So we got to mix them. We do that in the bottle. So every bottle we turn upside down 1, 2, 3 times,
Okay.
and then it's mixed. It stays mixed.
You got to try this. Besides the great original flavors they also have the gross sodas, which includes bug barf, monster mucus, swamp juice. Just makes you want to try it, doesn't it? So now it's your turn to come down and find out what your favorite soda is.
Lighting, you can look up at it, you can look down at it, or you can look straight at it. Either way, lighting is both decorative and functional. I'm here at Connecticut Lighting Centers, and Dave, who is the owner, how do you do?
How are you?
Great to have you on the show.
Sure.
What an unbelievable, huge place you have here.
Just a few items there.
Just
Yeah,
a couple
just a
items.
couple.
Tell me a little bit about this business.
Well, we've been around since 1972. We're a family business. We carry table lamps, floor lamps, lighting, home accents. You know, whether you spend $100 here or $1,000 here, we're going to make sure you get the right piece for the right application.
Well, I can't wait to see your entire showroom, so show me around, shall
Great.
we? Okay.
I could tell you, you'd go out through the country, and I don't think anybody's dedicated. This is almost 2,000 square feet of just crystal.
So outdoor lighting and ceiling fans. What a collection of fans you have here.
Yeah, there's over 125 fans on display. We have outdoor lighting, we have wall lighting, we have post heads, we have landscape lights. Most of them come in families, most of them are available in all different finishes, and now they're starting to be available in different light sources.
Wow.
So there's a whole array.
Now Dave, tell me a little bit about the component of your business, which is restoring old fixtures? Because I have something that's my grandmother's that I love for...
Oh, that's the fun part. Across the street, Restoration Lighting Gallery. We started about 6 years ago, and we just have an incredibly fun time, as well as an emotional time. It's really cool because you're selling not just a light fixture, and you're selling emotion over there.
Restoration Lighting Gallery is literally across the street, and this is Mark, he's the general manager, and what a collection of vintage lighting you have here.
It is a great collection, Mark. Lights from the late 1800s all the way through 1900s, 20th century, Art Deco pieces like these sconces here, just great pieces.
So Mark, if you're looking for something unusual that you're not going to see anywhere else, this is where you would come, right?
Oh, this is it. It's one-of-a-kind stuff. The craftsmanship is gone.
So not only are you doing with vintage, but you're also doing brand new things custom. Tell me about that.
Well, we'll make a chandelier for you, made to order, or a light made out of an object that may be a family heirloom.
So if you're looking for lighting, service, and an unbelievable collection, Connecticut Lighting Center is the place to be. And don't forget to walk across the street to Restoration Lighting Gallery as well. See this guy, he'll take care of you.
On July 23rd and 24th, Mystic Seaport is set to host the 36th Annual Antique and Classic Boat Rendezvous. This event showcases restored antique vessels built before 1965. An award competition will recognize excellence in restoration, authenticity, and workmanship. On Saturday afternoon from 1 to 3, the Seaport will also be the site where the Austin Healey Club of America will display over 30 vehicles. On Sunday at 12:30, the classic vessels will take part in a 3-mile parade down the historic Mystic River. From August 4th through the 7th, immerse yourself in outstanding music at the Podunk Bluegrass Festival at Martin Park in East Hartford, and experience for yourself the event that was the 2010 International Bluegrass Music Association's Event of the Year. Local, regional, and national acts will be on hand to play the music of the mountains. As always, there will be plenty to do for the whole family.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Do you know there's a club in Farmington that offers its members a runway, clear airspace, and a lot of fun? We sent over Elaine to find out all about it.
The CCRCC is the Central Connecticut Radio Control Club, also known as FUN, all the fun of flying from the safety of the ground. A lot of the pilots in the club have aviation backgrounds, like Sal, who's been flying for over 50 years. Not only has Sal been an FAA instructor for all that time, but he's flown and instructed on every major continent in the world. The club has all different types of pilots and planes.
We have range age from 5 years old to 85 years old.
Whoa, look at that go. Okay, you're going to take it now. Ready?
Okay.
You got it.
How long have you been in the club?
I've been in the club since last fall. It's a relief knowing that there's people around you that have been doing it for years that help you in any way as far as flying, as far as building. It's great fun and it's really affordable.
Every pilot goes through a pre-flight check before taking off, just to make sure they stay in the air. And now it's time for me to direct your attention to our in-flight safety announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened and your tray tables are in the upright position. The emergency exits are located on the sides and rear of the plane. On behalf of Northeast Living, we want to thank you for watching and hope you enjoy the show.
Don't touch any of the controls, just hold the radio.
Don't touch the controls.
Touch the controls.
And notice how he doesn't trust me.
The first thing we're going to do in this case is install the battery.
Oh,
okay, I'm going to do a control and a power check.
Oh, look at that.
That's only about
and
20,
it's
20.
so quiet. The gas-powered plane, on the other hand, is a little louder.
Up elevator,
Wow.
down elevator, and then if I pull this up here and check left rudder, right rudder.
Okay.
All right, we're finished with the pre-fly of the aircraft. I'm getting ready to fly it. Now, Elaine, this is my plane.
This is his plane.
And this is your plane.
And this is my plane.
It's a little baby plane, see? Yeah.
I think I'm insulted.
And we're going to have you fly it.
I decided to be a trooper and give it a whirl.
Ready?
1,
2.
Oh!
See, you crashed.
Okay, so I wasn't that good at taking off, or landing for that matter, but I wasn't willing to give up just yet. Luckily, Don had his training controller on him.
It's a training mode, a traditional training mode.
Okay. So in other words, we're attached to each other just in case I'm going to crash a plane, he's going to take over.
Whenever I throw the switch, you've got the plane.
Okay.
When I release the switch, I've got the plane.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is get it up in the air, and then I'll give you the control authority.
Okay, so at this time, Don is flying.
And now you are flying.
Now I'm flying. So if you want to come out and have a great time, because I know it was a blast for me today, and you want to join as a member, visit their website, ccrclub.org. I'm going to go back to flying some planes.
Thanks so much, Elaine. And there you have it. And thank you so much for watching Northeast Living. Make sure you stay tuned for Cars.com's On the Road coming up next. Goodbye, everyone.